Today is January 22nd, and I am going to be starting 3 different types of seeds. I am going to be starting this monarda, which is a lemon, I believe the variety is lemon mint that I got from Johnny's. This is the first time that I am starting these seeds. I have never grown monarda from seed in my garden before, so it's going to be fun. I am also going to be studying Bupleurum, and this is my second year studying Bupleurum from seed. And there's something that I'm going to be doing to the seed after I put them in the soil blocks, and I am going to show you that here in a minute. But also I am going to be studying craspedia, and these guys are also going to be new for me for this year, and I am very excited to try them. Hopefully they like it here. I do have already all of my soil blocks made. These are the 3/4 inch size soil blocks. I already have them divided. I have my labels, a bunch of craspedia on this side. I'm going to be making monarda, but I'm also separating these guys, the Bupleurum. Look at how cute those are. And I am going to be doing something different, like I said. So this is the ones that we're going to start today. And of course, vermiculite. This is the very fine vermiculite that I get in bulk from Amazon. And I am going to be topping all of the soil blocks that I am going to be starting today. And if you're wondering, the labels that I'm using, super fancy stuff, are just masking tape. These are the different color masking tapes that I'm using. Whatever containers I'm using, whether it's soil blocks or pots, I am just using a Sharpie with a color masking tape that I can get on Amazon. So nothing fancy. I got this tip from the Gardener's Workshop, Lisa from the Gardener's Workshop. She sells these things that are basically these little trays for helping you with the seeds. The Bupleurum seeds are kind of big. They're not like super small. And I am going to be just trying to place 2 or 3 seeds per soil block. Last year was the first year that I tried Bupleurum, and I played it safe, and I had plugs delivered from Farmer's Bailey, and the plugs that I received, they had 5, 6 seedlings in each, and I planted them like that. I didn't thin them or I didn't separate them, and they did great. So I am not worried if I have like 2 or 3 seeds here on each block. Actually, by doing that, I make sure that I have germination in all of them. Instead of having just 1 seed, I can have 2 or 3. But if you just want to, save on seeds, and if you just want to play 1 or maybe even just 2 seeds, then that works as well. And like I said, last year I ordered plugs, but I also tried to germinate some Bupleurum myself just to see how well it did. And I had some really bad results the first time that I tried to just place the seed in the soil blocks and let them be. And I did something extra, which I am about to show you now. So if you're starting Bupleurum, definitely want to watch all the way to the end. Okay, that's definitely plenty. Now, the one thing that I know is that Bupleurum seeds need dark to germinate. So before I cover this with vermiculite, I am just going to come here very gently, and I am going to try to top these guys with a little bit of the soil, the potty mix that I'm using here. Very gently. Then I'm just going to top them with vermiculite, like I normally would. Perfect. So now this is what I'm going to do next. I am going to place these guys in a Ziploc bag. Very carefully, because I do not want to mess up with the soil blocks. And I am going to seal it. I can do this. And I am going to place this in the freezer. I am going to place this like this in the freezer for a whole day, 24 hours. And tomorrow, when these guys are done being in the freezer, not in the fridge, in the freezer for 24 hours, I am going to come here, and I am not going to place this under my LED lights right away. I am going to keep them somewhere somewhere away from the light. I am not going to try to keep them in the complete dark. I am not going to cover them with anything. Somewhere out of the way, somewhere not in direct light. And I am going to make sure that the Ziploc bag is somewhat open, that it's not touching the top of the soil blocks. I'll probably place something here to keep this elevated. And I am going to make sure to provide them with moisture. I am going to spray them with regular water. Right now the soil blocks are loaded with water, so they definitely have moisture. And like I said, 24 hours in the freezer. They're going to be out, and then they're going to go outside. From my experience last year, here in about 8-9 days, I will see germination. When that happens, that's when I will place these guys out of the Ziploc bag under my LED lights. Hopefully I can show you that on the next video. We're done with these guys, and we're going to start with the craspedia. I have a lot of faith that these crespedias are going to do well. Like I said, these are my first year growing these guys. I really do hope that they do well. I got the seeds from Baker Creeks, and I am going to place a bunch of seeds on this little container. Now, originally, I thought that craspedia was going to be a worm-loving plant. I thought I was going to start it way later than what I am doing now. And I thought that I was going to take it out, you know, with my tomatoes, with my dahlias. But after reading about it, I realized that craspedia is a cool flower. So it will really appreciate having a period of establishing outside during the cool weeks. So that means that I need to take it out early in the year, just like I do the rest of my cool flowers. So that means that I need to plant it in the beginning, in the middle of March. So right now, the end of January is really a good time for me to start these guys. I don't know how quick or how slow they're going to be growing. So I'm giving myself a little bit of a cushion just in case they grow a little bit slow. I can always plant them a little bit later in March. The seeds are pretty big. I can definitely see what I'm doing, how many I'm placing. And I am definitely not going to do more than 2 because I think that will be overkill. And I have definitely extra seeds that I might start a second succession here in about a month. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. Now, I don't see anywhere that it tells me that the seeds need light to germinate. So I am just kind of gonna go and do a layer of vermiculite like I normally would. Now, if I read somewhere that craspedia needed light to germinate, I will definitely not be going as thick as I am going with vermiculite. And now the last one is monarda, and I am so excited about this one. I saw a YouTuber talking about this this exact variety, and I read a little bit more about it, and I decided to grow it. The seeds are so tiny, so tiny. So I definitely need to be careful. You may not be able to tell it from the video, but the fact that the seeds are a lighter brown, it's easier for me to see when I have like at least a few in each little soil block. Now it will take me a long time trying to place just 1 or 2 seeds in each of these guys. So I got plenty of seeds for that same reason. I am going to be probably thinning out or maybe even dividing them if I see how how strong if I see that they're growing strong, I'll probably just divide them. But the seeds are so tiny that there is no way that I can just try to place 2 or 3 seeds per block without spending, you know, hours here. And I think that I got every single block. Now again, it does not say anything about the seeds needing light to germinate. So I am just going to cover this with vermiculite, and then I know that I'm good. Perfect. So now this whole tray of monarda and craspedia is going to go under my LED lights. I will place a dome because I have them, but I do want to make sure that these guys are have plenty of moisture, and I'm going to be spraying once, probably twice every day until I see signs of germination, and then I'll after that I'll just use the bottom tray to add water. That way they are nice and moist. And the Bupleurum is the one that is going to go straight inside the freezer for 24 hours, and then after that about 8 or 9 days outside, not under my LED lights directly, but somewhere out of the way. And if you're wondering about how I make these soil blocks, the techniques that I use, or any tips, I'm going to be adding a link to a video right over here where you can watch how I make these guys. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you until the next time.